Hello faithful viewers, and welcome back to another Transformers review, and it is my pleasure and my honour to present to you the Transformers Dark of the Moon Deluxe Class Q, aka Wheeljack. Now, why is this figure so incredibly special? Well, back in late 2011, early 2012, Q here is meant to be part of a line that included Soundwave and Leadfoot. Now, at this time, Transformers Prime was on the horizon, with the first edition line coming out around about that time. And basically, this line was cancelled and never saw releases in the Western market. I think a few of them made their way to the Japan market, courtesy of Takara, but they never came out in the UK, they never came out in America. So it is pure luck that I came across this guy in TF Nation 2024. You can find the odd Q on eBay, but they are ridiculous prices. Now, granted, this guy here did cost me about 70 quid, but considering the age of the figure and considering the rarity of the figure, I think it's worth it. So Q here transforms into a beautiful navy blue Mercedes-Benz E550. And it is an officially licensed car, considering that it does say E550 on the back there and has the Mercedes logo. And it looks beautiful. It does look a bit plain, mind you, but it's beautiful. You've got very nice silver detailing on the grille section there. You've got just a silver, bland silver dot there, but you actually do have the Mercedes icon on the back. You've got some translucent headlights. You've got some kind of clear bluish plastic for the windows, which you can kind of see into. There's no seating sculpting or anything, but that's fine. You've got nice detailing on the bottom grille there. You've got E550 on the back. You've got nice red tail lights. You've got silver exhausts. Beautiful navy royal blue going on throughout the rest of the car body. On the underside, what becomes what? Well, you can see the arms and the hands there, but everything else is decently hidden. I mean, there's the chest, obviously, but you can't see the head and you can't see the feet. Or the legs, really. So that is quite well done. And vehicle mode rolls beautifully. So that's very impressive. Overall vehicle mode, as bland as it kind of looks, that's just kind of the car in general. But it's great. Love it. Now, you can see there are a couple of MechTech ports on the top there. Dark of the Moon's main gimmick was MechTech transforming weapons. And Q, I've got him fully complete. So let's look at every single accessory that he comes with. First of all is his, well, I don't know really what you would call this. A briefcase? I don't know exactly. It's a thing with stands and like a little gun thing there. I don't know what you call this, but it obviously transforms into a buzzsaw. And when you flick this lever, not only will the buzzsaw shoot forward, but it will spin. Let's show it this way. And in 3, 2, 1... it spins! And that's addictive, and it's fun. Look at that, that's great, love that. And then he comes with some other accessories, so there's like a drill here, and then this, which is, I don't know, like a fusion cutter or something. They clip onto ports on his chest via these C-clip joints. I don't particularly care much for the C-clips, and especially the bits that they tab onto specifically, but you know, nice little accessories to have also. And finally, he comes with a good spear, staff, pike kind of thing going on. It would have been nice if the blade was coloured grey or silver, just to emphasise the blade part of it. But, you know, it's fine, it's whatever. He never uses any of these in the film, mind you. But it's nice to have them all. And as for the ports, you can connect the MechTech weapons into, goes on there. It looks ridiculous in vehicle mode. There's no good place to put any of these, but thankfully these panels do just spring back into place, so you can put this one or any other MechTech weapons you have on any, well, either of these ports, and you know, they'll look whatever, won't they? They'll look okay depending on which weapon you put in. Let's get Q transformed into robot mode. So the first thing that we are going to do is come to the back of the car. I'm just going to unclip this and rotate it up like that. And then we are going to tug gently on these bits and get the roof basically folded up and away. This is kind of reminiscent of the Transformers Prime Vehicle from the main RID line, where you flipped up basically the whole roof of the car and then it would become the legs. So it's a similar kind of thought, but it's not quite the same type of engineering, and it's not actually as good as the Vehicon's engineering. So we're just going to bring all of that back and out basically, and then we are going to separate the legs. Now, just a word of warning, this is all clear plastic, so one needs to be very, very careful when doing this, considering also that the tabs are very small and could break if overstressed. We're going to bend these bits back out, and as they go back, they should push the feet forward in something very similar to Automorph. The feet will come forward all the way, and then just maneuver this blue piece so it is facing upward. Second verse, same as the first. We'll do that. We'll push that forward, and then we'll bring that down like so. And then just finish separating the legs out of those bits right there. Continuing upward, we're going to separate these pieces, and then we're just going to rotate them like that. So separate and rotate down. I'm just having a look, making sure that there is no damage on those tabs. I think they all look good. I'd be heartbroken if I damaged this figure in any way, shape or form. Looking at the top of the figure, so we're just going to begin separating, or at least loosening up these tabs on the side here, but I'm not going to commit to rotating them to the back just yet, because we want to first of all be rotating the figure 180 at the waist, and then I'm going to start freeing up the front end of the car. So separate that, just having a look at the tabs again, they're okay, and then we're going to just fold that up like that basically. And then I'm going to pull out the arms like so. I'm going to come to these pieces here, and I'm going to rotate them like that. And then I'm going to now focus on the back. So we're going to rotate, some tight clipping there. We're going to rotate the doors in like that so that they are flush against the back, and I'm going to continue to fold that piece down like that. Then rotate, or at least hinge, I should say, the arms down like this. We're going to rotate them like that. Rotate the arms at the elbows so that the forearms are now facing the right way. I'm going to rotate this little bit up here like that. And then we're going to pull down the chest, get the head out like so. Fold the chest back in with a satisfying click. Fold these pieces in toward the shoulders, or toward the chest, maybe I should say. And there we go. That is Autobot Q/Wheeljack, fully transformed into a beautiful looking robot mode. Doesn't he look gorgeous? He is the spitting image of this CGI render. Well, maybe apart from the head sculpt, but this is beautiful. I'm in complete love with the design of this character, despite him not being a classic Wheeljack with the Albert Einstein kind of head we've got going on here. I love everything about this. So yeah, that head sculpt, silver face, you've got some blue eyes. There is no light piping on the figure that I'm aware of. No, it is screw on the back. He does have kind of spectacles molded in right there, and he's got the Einstein kind of hair going along the side there. But you know what? I like it. Again, it's not a classic Wheeljack, but I like it. You've got the lights of the car curved inwards toward the chest. I love that for some reason. I really do. You've got a grey chest, and then you've got kind of like a goldish colour going on here with a nice red Autobot symbol. It's very skeletal in appearance in the chest, which, you know, maybe not to everyone's taste, but still, I like it. You've got the gold going on there again, and then you've got kind of all spark blue on certain bits, highlighting the figure, grey forearms and Allspark blue biceps there. Coming round to look at the back, very little in the way of back kibble. Yes, you've got this bit here. It'd be nice if they'd have been able to add an extra little hinge to get that bit folded up more flat, but otherwise you know, he doesn't have a lot going on in terms of kibble, and I very much appreciate that. Everything goes where it's meant to in a very logical way, and he just looks so appealing. Love the way this figure looks. So in terms of the accessories and where they all go, I would recommend for Q to basically hold his toolbox, briefcase, whatever you call this thing, just in his hand like that. And then when it comes to the rest of his little drill bits, now, yeah, this is the tricky bit. So let's get this. My issue is the same as my issue with Ice Pick, where the C-joint clip-on bits here are so small that basically these will fly off with very minimal effort, and I just don't understand the obsession with C-clips in 2011. So you've got that there, and it'll just rest at a very awkward angle. And then let's get this one. Let's clip it in like that, and we'll just have it hanging limply. Then the spear, thankfully, is a lot more logical. It'll go onto the back there at a diagonal angle. I mean, it doesn't have to be a diagonal angle, but I like it at that. And that is Q holding all of his little bits and bobs that it comes with. So at least everything has somewhere to go, maybe apart from the toolkit bits. But, you know, he still does look very nice with all of that attached. In terms of articulation, then Q's head is on a ball joint. So it can rotate 360 and look up that far, and then it can't really look down because of the moulding. In terms of the shoulders, they are on ball joints, so you've got 360 degrees of rotation, and I knocked that off just to prove a point. His arms can move out a very impressive amount, especially as these bits move out to accommodate that. Then you've got an over 90 degree bend thanks to the double jointed elbows like that. You've got a swivel just above the elbow of 360 degrees, but you don't have any wrist articulation of any kind, but you know, what can you do? In terms of the waist articulation, you've got a decent swivel there. It would be capable of more if all the kibble wasn't in the way. In terms of kicks, you've got an impressive forward kick at the hip thanks to a ball joint. You've got kind of a decent average back kick like that. You've got a pretty beautiful spread, to be honest. That's impressive. And you've also got a rotation there thanks to the ball joints. At the knees, you don't really have a lot because of the car kibble on there. They really do prohibit the knee articulation. But then you've got that awkward leg break forward bend like that due to transformation. And then at the feet, you don't have any pivot or rocker of any kind, but you've got a little bit of up and down, once again thanks to transformation. Overall articulation's pretty good. There is room for improvement here, but it's solid enough. Right, I've got a whole host of size comparisons to do. So the first one that we are comparing our Dark of the Moon Q to is our Energon Downshift, who is essentially the Wheeljack of that show. Next up, we've got Q next to Transformers Prime RID Wheeljack. And then comparing our two live-action movie interpretations, Dark of the Moon Wheeljack Q and then Rise of the Beasts mainline Wheeljack. From one rare toy to another, we've got Q on the left and Transformers Prime First Edition RC on the right. And now another rare one, Q on the left and Classic Skywarp on the right. And finally, here he is with Marvel Legends Far From Home Mysterio. Okay then, let's get Q transformed back into vehicle mode. So I'm going to begin by moving those bits out, and then bringing the chest component forward and flipping his head right back into the cavity there and snapping that back into place. Then we are going to bring the arms up like that. We're going to twist the arms at the elbows, and we're just going to bend the forearms in toward the chest like so. And then take the pieces of the car that were adorning his shoulders and flip them round so that they clip over the wheels and into place just like that. And then we can rotate all of that up and out of the way. As we do so, we're going to bring up the bonnet area, and then if we do a little bit of jiggery pokery, we'll try to get enough clearance to move the door pieces to the side and into place. But before we fully commit to doing that, rotate the waist 180, and then you can commit to rotating them to the side. And then we'll see about just lining the front of the car up and into place. So if we get the sides in just like that, Making sure that the arms are correctamundo. Tabbing the fists and the forearms together at the appropriate ports. And making sure that the sides are together. And then bring the hood of the car basically forward and tab it into place. And that's the front of the car fully lined up and in place. So we just need to really work on the legs now. And we are going to rotate these side panels into position and clip them in on either side. Just do it like that. Just be cautious of the tabs as you do, because they are quite small and they might break on you. So be extra careful. Next, what we want to be doing is coming to the backs of the legs and taking these panels and bringing them down like this, and then folding up the feet. Just like that. And then connect the legs as best you can. These back bits are a little bit tricky to do. We might just have to realign them a little bit later as we go. Basically, you're going to be bringing the hood of the car, well, the top of the car, basically down and into place, making sure that it clips in at all the right places. So that's one side done. There we go. Maneuver that down, secure it in the back, squeeze together any loose panels that have come out. And basically there you go. That is essentially Q fully transformed back into vehicle mode. So there we go, that's been our look at the Transformers Dark of the Moon Deluxe Class Wheeljack Q. This figure is so special, he really is. And he is so rare. So I can't actually give you a typical recommendation, because good luck getting this guy for a decent price. But if you do ever manage to get this figure in the flesh, by God you are lucky. And he is worth it. I highly recommend this Wheeljack. He is not the best in my collection. I will just straight up say that, but he is possibly the most special one, just because of the legacy and the story surrounding this figure. I also didn't mention earlier, you can put that weapon on the back, just a little extra thing. But anyway, yeah, I highly recommend him, but good luck getting him is basically my final message, because he is beautiful. He looks so stunning. His engineering is interesting. I wouldn't go so far as to say it's clever, but it's solid, and he just has a lot of playability about him with all of the gimmicks and all of the accessories it comes with. But yeah, I love this thing, and he is one of the most prized possessions in my collection without a shadow of a doubt. Thank you everybody so much for stopping by and checking out this video. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and share it around to help out the channel. And until the next time, see you all later.